Hello again. We are continuing with Project Jack Daniels. We're going to review all of Jack Daniels' mainline whiskey. We may try to do the same thing for Jim Beam. I don't know if I'm going to be able to because I don't know if I can get everything Jim Beam makes. Some of their different things are hard to come by. And I probably won't get the, we'll discuss that when we get here. So, this is, as you could tell, the iconic O No. 7 brand from Jack Daniels. Let's pour that little thing. As you can see, I've got a Jack Daniels O No. 7 glass. Jack Daniels is currently selling these for Christmas for no additional cost with the whiskey. So you get a little Jack. You get a little So let's have a gander here. Charcoal is strong, as you'd expect. A dull kind of note. Maybe a little touch of vanilla, maybe. Not much going on to smell. Kind of a perfumey, but let's take a taste. Very much like what you'd expect having reviewed the green label, right? It's just, whereas the green label is very dull, this has that, what you can almost describe as a Jack, the flavor. Maybe if I had to describe it as slight, spicy vanilla maybe. Kind of a twang in a way. Probably from the charcoal, it has this little twang with this little bit more spice than you get in the green label. Still a fast, easy drinking whiskey. It's bottled at 40%, so we know that you're not going to have to cut it very much. You're not going to want to cut it much at all. As we've talked about before, and as you can actually read, this is mellowed, they say, with maple. Drop through the maple charcoal. A lot of their barrels that this is aged in go to make scotch. I'm sure you knew that if you're a whiskey fan. I'm fairly certain Glenmorangie, for instance, a scotch we'll eventually review, uses Jack Daniels to add some bourbon notes to their scotch. A good idea. I find Jack Daniels to be a thoroughly inoffensive whiskey. Not bad for the price. Not great for the price. There are whiskeys this price that are better. But not bad for the price. Well worth what you're going to pay for it. It's obviously, it is what you put in Coke. I mean, at least to me. You may disagree. And if you do, make a comment on what you prefer to put in a Coke. But to me, if I want whiskey in a Coke, it's got to be Jack and Coke. I'm sure, if I'm going to pay for Makers, for instance, I'm going to drink the damn Makers. But if I want something sweet, but with that bite of whiskey, Jack there's something about that twang, as I said, that allows it to state its flavor in a really positive way when mixed with cola. And I don't think anything can touch it for that. Now, again, for that purpose, there are probably whiskeys that are better in Coke because they're better whiskeys. But you don't, there's a point where you just feel icky. I mean, again, if you want, use your whiskey like you want, obviously. I'm not a radical. Use your whiskey like you want, obviously. But I think if you're going to, that what you're going to gain from, say, putting, I don't know, Woodford Reserve in a Coke is much less than the difference you're going to get from just drinking Woodford compared to just drinking Jack, because Jack goes particularly well in a Coke. A Tennessee Cola, which they've recognized, obviously, as they've started even marketed their own cola brands. Anyway, again, recommend if you want a nice, smooth, drinking whiskey, sipping whiskey that's not going to take too much thought, because there's not a whole lot going on in JD. It's very straightforward. Not really has a twang, some nice notes in it, but not gonna really bite too much. Not gonna make you think about what is going on in the mouth. You can drink this and kind of not think about it. You can put this in the thing. Not recommended if you're wanting to really, really savor the flavor. Jack's not good. Doesn't have a whole lot going on there. It's exactly what it says. It's mellowed. That's not a bad thing or a good thing. It's just Jack Daniels and Tennessee whiskeys. In general, do that. There's the man himself. And so it smooths everything out, and to me, it seems to take some notes out and make it almost too mellow. It almost tames it a little bit, and so all you're getting is the barrel notes, not that interplay. But again, it's fine. It's good. Recommend you try if you haven't. And if you've been wondering, should you try again? I think you should. It's not bad, and get it in Coke. That's all I got.